Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Rude Man, and we're back. We need to talk to Lise. Rubon and I had a pretty good night up there talking about his future. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's get to it. Talk to Lise here.
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two. If you hadn't been there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
You're kind to include me, Lise, but we both know who did most of the work. No shame in admitting it. The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
Did I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Girabania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project. She was in search of General Oldin, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
Be at ease, Alphino. 'Twas only a jest. But I must yield the floor to Raubarn. He has an important announcement to make.
As of yesternight, I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
Twould seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
You want to be a scion?
You may be getting on in years, Father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who wouldn't snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
Oh, Pippin, you went there. Is she
Yes, the bull
sneezing?
of Alamigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
Okay.
Your Grace has developed a wicked edge to her humor, and you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
Okay, they've been chastised.
So, does this mean you're staying?
Aye. That seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
If, he says. Welcome home, Raubarn.
Well, that was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised.
No, because I was in on it with the
Either you're
Sultana.
more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch. In any event, one thing is certain. Alamigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
I think it's about time I headed back to Ralger's Reach. What's next for all of you? Alize will be eager to hear of recent events, so I shall join you, if you've no objection. I'd welcome the company, Roland. Why don't you come along onto the Reach as well, once you've said your farewells to Nanamo and the others? Yet now she's bossing me around. Upon completion of this quest, you will be able to access the palace's rooftop gardens by speaking to the royal menagerie attendant. It is pretty up there. Alright, so we're going to Ralger's Reach. It's cold here. You notice I got a hooded sweatshirt on. It's in the 30s, so that's cold for us. And we're supposed to have freezing rain and snow today, so we'll see if that actually happens. It's going to get up in the 40s. So, you know, normally here, if it snows, it melts as soon as it hits the ground, more than 90% of the time. Very rarely did we get any snow, and when we do, it hardly ever sticks. Just enough to make a mess. All right, what's next? Well, here we are again. Alphino has regaled me with a thrilling tale of a hidden treasure troves, meeting betrayals, unlikely alliances, and joyous homecomings. It would seem I missed everything. I was patrolling the palace grounds with Thancred and Ishtola when we heard the report of a primal in the throne room. I honestly doubted my own ears. As others have said, we were lucky to have our echo-blessed champions nearby this time. But we'll need to keep a closer eye on the Quilani. You can say that again. I just don't want you to. This whole episode has reminded me just how far apart our kind still are. It looks like centuries of fear and mistrust really can't be washed away in a day. But someone has to make an effort at reconciliation if these conflicts are ever going to end. Naturally, a lot of people are crying out for vengeance, but I've been doing my best to calm things down. Violent reprisals only lead to more summonings. Indeed, violence will ever beget violence, as the Empire has learned to its cost in recent times. In any case, summoning Lakshmi was the Broodmother's doing, and whoever replaces her might not be so keen on the idea. We'll just have to keep watch and wait. Which isn't to say we don't be putting the safety of our allies in the Vera and my M-tribes first. I plan to have resistance scouts keep track of the Corlani's movements at all times. My parents will be relieved to hear that. What are the plans for the rest of the resistance army out of interest? Are we to prepare for Imperial counterattacks? Well, that would be a question for the resistance newest recruit, a military commander with far more experience than me. What? The Bull of Alamigo? Well, call it an army, but the resistance is really a collection of smaller independent groups, and when Conrad passed his command on to me, that authority only extended to the freedom fighters based in Ralger's Reach, which is true. He just happened to be serving as the resistance spokesman at the time and needed someone to take over for the role while everything was in disarray, but that time has passed. When I speak with the other leaders about reforming the army under a new government, I'll be nominating Raban as the overall commander of the forces. He has more experience than the rest of us put together, and we stand to learn a lot from him. Indeed, he is, in all respects, the ideal choice. Assuming he accepts the post, Alamigo will be adding a formidable weapon to its arsenal. And given the progress of Nanamo's resettlement initiative, I see great cause for hope. The seeds which we so carefully sowed have begun to quicken, my friends. I like that. We tend to our promises and watch as Alamigo blooms. Okay. Hey, we're going to get a little baby bull. That's cool. Oh, are we back with Gosetsu? I do give thanks to the kami that my makeshift raft withstood the fury of the seas. How did he build a raft? They only had one tree. Well, I guess that was enough. But their generosity ended. Without coins in our pockets for new attire, we are doomed to look like so much jetsam. Oh, woe betide the poor man in a city of rich merchants. Where'd you get the money for those? These dango are delicious. Will you have one? More sweet breads. I surrendered my blade to secure what few coins we have. Okay, that's where she got the money from. He hawked his sword, and she buys sweetbreads. Why doesn't he go to the bazaar and talk to, what's his name? The merchant guy, Hancock. 'Tis like talking to a child. Why fate saddled me with this burden I shall never know. But I am alive, and I must return to my master's side. So he's back. She's got amnesia. She doesn't know who she is. Or what she's done. Come, Tsusho. We shall find a ship to carry us across the Ruby Sea. Oh, she's all meek and demure now. She's still evil. She just doesn't know who she is. And, the whole thing about her being evil, I mean, if a person went through what she went through, you'd have to be a superior person to not be changed by that kind of an existence. Have you read the reports? First Doma, then Alamigo, and Lord Zenos put to the sword. Do not believe everything you read. I hear the Viceroy was merely wounded, and that he has already returned to the capital. Naturally, the savages beat their chests and boast loudly of taking his head, regardless. Nay, Lord Zenos lives? Deplorable that our own officers should be fooled by Erosian misinformation. Small wonder the provinces have begun rising up in rebellion. We must prepare an official and above all accurate announcement to quell these pernicious rumors. They would wage war with empty words. Let them produce the Viceroy's remains then. We shall soon put their lie to the claim. Got some secrets being held here. Is Zenas dead or is he not? Tidings from the east. Lys has tidings to share with you. Roland, great timing. I was just about to send word for the Scions. I've got lots to tell you. The Council has officially recognized the Resistance as our standing army, and I expect you can guess who's been appointed commander. Suffice it to say, we're in good hands. Now notice she said in good hand, because he doesn't have two hands. That was pretty subtle, but it was there. Go back and look. She says, we're in good hand. Having the Bull of Alamigo at the helm does wonders for morale. People were dancing in the streets when the announcement was made, and we have you and the Sultana to thank for it. If you two hadn't worked your magic, he'd never have contemplated following his heart. The Council has also decreed that we are to maintain a presence at Rhalgr's Reach. Lys will continue to lead our forces in the fringes, a job she's been doing tirelessly. A bit too tirelessly, some might say. We're constantly having to remind her to rest before she falls over. That's an exaggeration, and I always get up again. Anyway, we can hardly afford to lower our guard now. Not after our latest brush with Lakshmi. Speaking of which, we've been keeping a close eye on the Quilana, and it looks like they've chosen a new leader. It's Shanti's daughter. You know, the half-dead one? For whatever reason, the Quilani thought she was the best candidate, which makes them leaderless, basically. So it's it's the daughter that was killed and brought back to life without a soul, and she's just a zombie. As things stand, there's no prospect of engaging in talks, let alone coming to an understanding. But I won't let that stop me. I'll keep on reaching out to them until they finally see sense. Just like I've been reaching out to Fordola. She still won't meet my gaze, but she's given up trying to ignore me. It may only be the odd grunt, but at least she's responding, and I'll get through to her yet. Roland, there you are. Oh, Alphino wanting to boss me around again. Alphino, Alize, is everything all right? Well, we've received word from Tataru. Hancock has apparently acquired information of great interest and urgency. More than that, she didn't say. Only that we should come to Kogani right away. I had a mind for the two of us to set off forth together, but Alize is determined to make it a party of three. Well, I'd rather travel with her anyway. She's tougher. As I've told you more than a dozen times, brother, my wounds are quite healed, and I would benefit from some fresh air. Besides, you very well need an extra pair of hands. You may very well. Worry not, sister. I have quite given up on trying to convince you. Whether we be of the 2 or 3, we should depart as soon as possible. You'll be joining us, I trust? Huh? I was about to say I'd come too, but I'll just have to settle for cheering you on from afar. Good luck with, well, whatever it is that's out there to be. Thank you, Lys. Rest assured, shall this business concern Alamigo, we shall inform you without delay. Let us be off then. Hancock and Tataru await us at the Ruby Bazaar offices. All right. Guess we're off to Kogani. Greetings, honored sir. May I show you in? God, that's a big
My
fireplace.
friends, thank you for coming at such short notice.
We were told the matter was urgent. I take it Yugari and Soroban are also involved.
Well, this is their home, you moron.
My presence here is but a happy coincidence. I am come on separate business, which can wait.
My apologies.
Why is she apologizing?
Master Hancock, pray, tell our friends exactly what you told me.
Of course, of course. Some few days ago, a large detachment of soldiers was seen arriving at the Garlean embassy. This seemed to me most unusual, as no personages of note are due to visit for a matter of months. So, I made a few inquiries, whereupon I learned of a most curious rumor. Apparently, the soldiers were dispatched to Kugani to investigate recent sightings of a certain individual.
Okay. Keep us in suspense.
The late acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma, Yotsuyu.
Oh, it's her they're after.
I beg your pardon?
You heard him right.
I too am loath to believe it. I saw the keep come down on top of her. We all did.
I would not presume to question your eyewitness accounts, nor am I one to take rumors at face value. The fact is, the Garleans have no knowledge of what took place at Doma Castle. They may well be chasing after a woman who merely resembles Yotsuyu.
Well, that's true.
But a woman who resembles Yotsuyu in the company of a grizzled Rogadan samurai? I dare say that thickens the plot.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna deal this out one drop at a time? What the hell?
Gosetsu! He's
Yeah, you
alive.
got it. Yeah, you got it.
While I've no conclusive proof, I thought that such a possibility warranted your attention.
Have you informed Lord Hien? Well, I think we'd all like to believe the old bear survived.
Indeed. While I dare not give myself wholly to hope, I will not deny that I have prayed for such a miracle ever since that fateful day. But regardless of my personal feelings, if the Empire has seen fit to pursue these rumors so vigorously, we can scarce afford to ignore them.
True.
I am bound by duty to ascertain the truth of the matter. Will you join me in this quest?
Of course.
Thank you. If Gosetsu yet lives, he will need our help if he is to avoid capture.
Gosetsu is a dear friend, and we cannot abandon him to the mercy of the Empire. Our course is clear. Hancock, is there aught else you can tell us?
Alas not, but I have taken the liberty of employing one of the finest informants money can buy. You shall have the latest intelligence on the Garleans' movements, and more besides.
You got that sneaky grin like he's got something on us. It's scary, really. The information awaits your pleasure in the back streets of Sanjo Hanamachi. From its shining facade to its dark underbelly, few know Kugani as intimately as he. One of the finest informants money can buy? Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Yeah, it's probably one of them little fish guys. They're sneaky bastards. Permit me to assist you in your quest, my friends. The sooner your business is concluded, the sooner we may speak of mine. Should your search take you away from Kugani, my boat is at your disposal, and I shall see that she is ready to sail. I'll give Sorbonne a hand. If he's providing us a ship, the least we can do is supply the provisions. We'll be at the pier if you need us. A welcome offer and an excellent plan. Without further ado, let's seek out this information in Sanjos Hanamachi. Toodles. Okay, where are we supposed to go? Let's take a look. Right, see, the quickest way would be there. There we go. Did we go to the back alley? I think so. There we go. This should be the place. Now we wait and see who comes. It has been a while, my friends. Yes, yes, a long while indeed. Looking pretty low. I told you. These little sneaky bastards. I knew it. No funny business. Only loyal service and the finest quality information. Of course. Such quality does not come cheap. No, but then Hancock already paid you. Honestly, you must think we were born yesterday. I've half a mind to call lease. No lease. I beg you, no boots, no boots. I will tell you everything I know, free of charge. The Empire searches for Yosutsu. High and low, far and wide, come to enlist my help, they did, promising such rewards for decisive information. And have you decisive information? Were the two individuals cited here indeed Gosetsu and Yotsuyu? Alas, see them with my own eyes, I did not. But the Imperials are confident. Yes, very confident indeed. Look at the size of their contingent. But here is something they do not know, a rumor which you will find most interesting, I think. They say an elderly Rodigan samurai appeared on Kogani Dori with a beauteous maiden and sold his katana to a pawnbroker. 'Twas no common katana either, but one of surprising craftsmanship. Well, that is interesting, assuming it's true. Did you corroborate the rumor with the pawnbroker? No. Regrettably, I do not have a working relationship with the master of Shafuku Shit. I can't say it. I'm not even going to try. Now, why would that be, I wonder? If I didn't know better, I'd think he'd lent you money. Well, he will help you, I am certain, while you speak with him. I will make a contact with my Garlean connection and learn what I can of their progress. A glimpse of the blade is all I need to be sure, but is it wise to let the Nazamu out of our sight? Well, no, he'll betray us. But do we have a choice? Can't control him. Obviously, he's working both sides. No other choice but this. And a fine choice it is. Though I am adept at gathering information, it is so much more efficient to share the work. He's right. Given the urgency of, we would do well to split up. And so I will go with our friend here. Nothing improves efficiency like a little supervision. Yeah, you think Lise was bad. You, but, well, yes. We will go together, and there will be no boots. No, there won't be any boots. There's going to be a sword in your back. Let's be about it, then. Good luck with the katana. Shall we reconvene at the pier later on? Fragrant as the Ruby Bazaar offices are, I prefer the fresh air. I believe Alice has her task well in hand. Shall we seek out the pawnbroker? You have learned the emote greeting. What emote is that? Greeting. Greeting, there it is. Alright, let's see what it is. People I say that quite often. People what the hell are you talking about? If you've ever watched The Fifth Element, Lilu says that when she says hi. She knocks on the door, you open the door, she says, people Oh, and I forgot. We've got a little miniature Raban. Okay, let's is that all we got? Or did we get anything else? Hey, I got a fireplace. What the hell's that? Okay, where did I get that? I must have bought it. I probably bought it for my apartment. Let's see. Minion guide. There's Raban. Oh no, not that little guy. This guy. There's Raban. See, he got one arm. Probably. Okay, everything in order? Then let us proceed to Kugani Dori and find the master of... I'm not saying it. I'll get banned if I say it the way I want to say it. All right, we gotta run to the markets. And if I remember right, he's down. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. I think it's this guy over here. We're saving time since I already know. Welcome, good sir. Welcome. Will you be buying or... Ah, so you've heard tell of the Rodigan Samurai's katana. Small wonder, it's a fine example of its kind. One moment. Dare I hope you have found our pawnbroker. Excellent work, Roland. And that is the katana? There can be no doubt it is Gosetsu's blade. The craftsmanship is exquisite, is it not? And you will be pleased to know that the pledge has just expired. I should be glad to sell it to you, assuming you have the coin. This is no ordinary weapon, you understand, and it is priced accordingly. But if you are serious, I suggest you act quickly, as several noted collectors have already expressed an interest. Of course they're going to say that. The blade represents conclusive proof of Gosetsu's survival. I suppose this could be considered a necessary cost in securing his safe return. Yet it is not a decision I can make alone, least of all when our nation has scarce begun to rebuild. Okay, we're going to say I'll pay, but I don't think I have the money. I could lend you the coin. I'm just going to say we'll pay, because we're not going to have to. Little Lord Fauntleroy will come in. Nay, my friend, grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot ask this of you. It is enough to know that Gusetsu is alive and well. Yugiri, wait, the Scions will buy the katana. Pray consider it a gift. Master Alphino, your kindness is touching, truly. Yet, in matters of coin, would Mistress Totaro not expect to be consulted? Yes. Come now, our friend would never have relinquished his blade were the need not great, and are we not bound by honor to help a friend in need? I say we are, and I am sure Totaro will wholeheartedly agree. Here's the difference. Totaro knows how to negotiate. This guy, he's used to just throwing the money down. Because it isn't his money. It's settled then. You've made a wise choice, my friend. Such pieces are few and far between. Now, if you'd be so kind as to come this way, I shall prepare the necessary papers. If I may ask, sir, after he visited your establishment, do you perchance know where our old samurai went? He is our friend, and we would return his weapon to him. A friend of yours, you say? I see. Well, I suppose there can be no harm in telling you. No sooner had I provided him with the requested sum than his pretty young companion began clamoring for dango. I duly recommend those served at the tea-house, and thither did they set off. Clamoring for dango? Can these truly be the same people? It makes no sense. Some manner of code, perhaps, but it avails us not to speculate. Let us go to this tea-house and see if we can pick up their trail. And fortunately, we know what dango is. It's a sweet bread, so it's kind of like candy, if you would, dessert. And she was double-fisting them, so they must be sweet. The dango merchant. Kind of makes you wonder what it is, doesn't it? But of course I remember. How could I forget a pair like that? The most beautiful girl you'll ever see, scoffing down dango as if her life depended on it, while the old samurai looked on, not quite what he expected, I'll wager. Far be it from me to gossip about my customers, but he was planning to spirit her away across the Ruby Sea, out of the reach of her family, no doubt. When the girl had finally had her fill, they set off in the direction of the hostelry, presumably to find someone discreet with a boat. So Gusetsu makes for Doma. But this woman who traveled with him, the more I heard about her, the more I wonder if she can truly be Yusetsu. Gusetsu's trail leads to the sea, and that is where Yugiri would go. While doubt remains over the identity of Gusetsu's traveling companion, for now we can but follow the trail. Come, let us away to the pier and make ready to sail. With luck, Alize will already have joined Master Soroban and Mistress Totaro there. And don't think the thing with the sword is over yet. Alphino hasn't come upon Totaro. Brace yourself. Excellent timing, my friends. Mistress Alize arrived mere moments ago. All went well at my end. Godo met with an Imperial officer and weeded his way to some new information. It seems the troops who recently arrived in Kugani came directly from Garlemald. The Imperials based here have been kept in the dark. And that's not all. A contingent of aforementioned troops are preparing for deployment to the Ruby Sea. If I didn't know better, I'd say that they'd picked up Gosetsu's trail. Then your information matches ours. We are quite certain that Gosetsu seeks to cross to the mainland. I'm sorry. Did I hear that right? You used Scion funds to buy Gosetsu's katana at the asking price? Well, we were in some haste and it seemed a worthwhile gesture. Speaking of which, here's the contract of sale. Pray see that the man is paid. That's Thal's beard. You agreed to this? Oh, give me strength. Well, it's not like the search can wait. You'd best be on your way. But Alphino, we need to talk. I want you to come straight to the offices as soon as you get back. Promise me. Very well. I shall call upon you as soon as I return. First, let us go to the Ruby Price. If Gosetsu has already set sail, the sentries there are sure to have seen him. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop here. I'm out of time for today. When we continue on, we'll carry on from here. Hope you had fun. Hope to see you then. Ta-ta for now.